Drummond powers over Aldridge down low, makes the too short gesture. Is Drummond taller than LaMarcus Aldridge? I could easily go Google this, but I'm not going to. Drummond in the post. I mean, it's not exactly the most textbook post move. It's basically a push him out of the way, but if it works out for you. Let's go over Drummond's second game with the Lakers, or third game, whatever it was, on good old NBA.com, which I think allows me to avoid the copyright god somehow. We got him deep in the post on Aldridge. Oh, well, this is a very Andre Drummond bucket. Oh boy, that wasn't planned. That just happened. Look, Drummond, he could be very good for the Lakers, all right? He redeems it right here. Couple moves on Aldridge, no help at all, which is fine. I mean, you want to dare Drummond to make shots. Sometimes he's simply going to make them. I think it's safe to say this type of play will be more of the expectation with Drummond once LeBron and AD are back. Just setting screens. Wasn't exactly the hardest roll to the rim, but Schroeder got the defenders to commit to him. Drummond screen again. Same thing. I have a question. Schroeder and Drummond as your two best players. How good is that team? Is that a 35-win team in the Eastern Conference? Maybe. I do like this. Remember the time when Drummond was making plays off the dribble and averaging like 4 assists a game? They traded for Blake, the Pistons, and it was pretty much over. But the foundation of him doing that was that he would beat you in this type of thing if you gave him space. So, if he still has that, that's cool. I don't know how much we're really going to see that with the Lakers once they're healthy and everything, but it's a nice little extra thing. A big man who can take a couple dribbles. Running hard in transition, you got to feed the beast. Kyrie kind of brought help. We got him in the post on Aldridge once again. Face up, right hand dribble. There's 4 defenders in there. Drummond not getting stripped. Well done. All right, we get the gist. Drummond was very good last night against the Nets. Gary Trent, 44 points, 17 of 19 shooting, 7 of 9 from 3. I might do a video on the Trent Powell trade. I know it happened at the deadline, but I didn't do a video because I was really confused. I didn't have an opinion. I was just like, well, it's 2 good players got swapped for each other. But when you look at like Trent's restricted free agency, Powell probably going to be unrestricted, Trent younger. There's more to that move than I initially thought of. But Gary Trent's really good, and shooters get paid, man. Bertans, Redick, Joe Harris. We'll see what Trent gets. He's going to be restricted, so Raptors are going to have to match. Let's see, Enes Kanter, 24 points, 30 rebounds. Can I get a compilation of those rebounds? Because I love nothing more than guys just grabbing uncontested things off the rim. I'm sure there were a lot of really good, tough rebounds in here too, though. Kyrie and Schroeder get ejected for talking to each other. So I thought about making this the main thing for this video. But I don't know, I'm just kind of tired of doing the complaint about refs to get people to click. But I will still at least look. This isn't even the best thing about what really happened. There was more to it than this specific interaction. But I think Schroeder waved at Kyrie, and that's an automatic technical or something. I don't think that should be the case, but I don't know, man. The refs, they're the refs. Just is what it is. See, A-Rod is going to be buying the T-Wolves. Yeah, the question is, are they going to move the T-Wolves? Now, the move was made on them not moving the T-Wolves. But once you own the team, you own the team. You can do whatever the hell you want, so we'll see. Now, do all the other owners have to agree to that sort of thing? I actually don't know. Yuta Watanabe, bursting with joy, beats the first quarter buzzer and drills the 3. Let's see this. That's pretty nice. The lefty dribble. The Jason Terry afterwards. Watanabe's one of those guys where you're a Raptors fan, you can write a 5-page essay on the guy. And if you're not, you're like, who? Is that the guy who got dunked on by Anthony Edwards? I can relate. As a Celtics fan, I can give you 5 pages worth of stuff on Semi Ojeleye. Beal stops his closeout when he sees Draymond is the one shooting the corner 3. This one is pretty funny. Where's Beal? He's right here. Look at him. Just turns around immediately when he sees it's Draymond. This is great. The exact moment. He's like, forget this. This isn't going in. Somebody get the rebound. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. To be fair, Draymond got this up pretty fast. Beal probably could have gotten to him, but we're just going to believe that he just didn't care about Draymond shooting. Steph versus the Rockets, 38-8-5. Yeah, Steph's amazing. Warriors have problems. Steph Curry's not one of them. This sums it up. 37, 7-4, 72 true shooting, 2-3. Oh, we got more Steph. Shoots over Christian Wood for his 20th point. So you do switch on Steph. And then sometimes it doesn't matter anyway. That's how it is. I saw a stat where he actually shoots better on contested threes than he does open threes. It was one of those things where, like, I wasn't surprised by it, but it was also like, oh, that's wild. Chris Paul was coaching Devin Booker so hard in the middle of a blowout that Galloway has to drag him off the court. This is them right here, right? Working on post-ups or whatever. Defense. Devin Booker, he's kind of into it. Chris Paul, of course, is like the most intense dude in the NBA. When I was younger, I didn't like Chris Paul. I was all Darren Williams over Chris Paul, because that was a real conversation at one point. Now I realize that Chris Paul was better the entire time, but I don't know, he annoyed me when I was like 14. Also, I'm old. Niang drains a three, then trips while transitioning to defense. This reminds me of when Kobe fell when getting back, but then he just turned it into like a backflip and it was really cool. Whereas Niang, you can see at the tail end here. That's the worst way to go about it. If you're going to fall, you got to turn it into something graceful, but at least he got back. Maybe he didn't. Don Mitch, emphatic chase down block. It was a weird night last night in the NBA because it was all good teams and bad teams and it was all blowouts. Like this game, it was kind of close in the fourth or like third, and then it just got out of hands pretty quickly. He blocked Halliburton. I'm not okay with that. Halliburton's getting blocked lately, man. He got blocked by Killian Hayes recently. We got Point Dwight. What's Point Dwight doing? Get the board. Everybody get out of my way. Let me work. That's a backcourt violation. That is like back in 2K when I think you would try to do a positional pass and 2K didn't program it to where you couldn't throw it in the backcourt or something like that. Like this used to be a problem. You'll need 37 more of these 50-point games to tie Michael Jordan's record. That dude is a ghost. He's a myth. He is. He's also the second best basketball player ever, which is totally fine. That's great. De'Aaron Fox dunk near Rudy Gobert, so not on Rudy Gobert. Let's see this. I mean, you could say on Gobert. Some people on Twitter would argue with you, but you could probably stick with it. You'd get enough like Gobert hating on Twitter to get some likes if you phrased it that way. Not that I'm suggesting you do that, but if you just want to farm likes on Twitter, you could just say De'Aaron Fox dunks on quotation marks Depoy Gobert. I think Gobert's the defensive player of the year. Jazz fans don't hate me. I'm simply helping out Twitter haters for the sake of likes. Booker dime to Mikal Bridges. See what I mean? Like blowout. Good team blowing out a bad team. Weird night in the NBA. Half court. Bridges here. And, ooh, that was really nice. I didn't notice the bounce pass part at first. And as the board menace sets the Blazers franchise record for rebound. Oh, is this the compilation or is it at least one rebound? I think this is the last rebound. Powell off the glass. Cantor gets it and he puts it back. You'd love to see that. Who is that over? That's Okafor, right? I believe that's Jahlil Okafor. I think Okafor hit a 3 in this game, or he hit a 3 in like some recent game. And I had a moment of like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, good for Cantor. AD will be reevaluated this week, return to play in the next 10 to 14 days. I thought AD was going to come back against the Celtics, because that would just be the Celtics' luck. They already don't have Fournier for this West Coast road trip. But yeah, man, I mean, the hope for the Lakers now is just have LeBron and AD looking good going into the playoffs, seeding not really mattering. I mean, in a perfect world, you at least avoid the play-in tournament just to play less games. But even if they end up having to do the play-in, they'll get in. We know that. And then the reward, potentially, it depends where they end up, but the reward for being the 1 or 2 seed could be you get LeBron James in round 1. Ben Simmons fades from the free throw line. I have seen this. This is that elbow screen they run with him a lot. And I think I've been pretty consistent with my Ben Simmons doesn't need a three-pointer thing, but more so, I think I've used the phrase floaters, but this type of thing would be cool too. You know, hook shots, and this would be nice. Ben has not been shooting as much lately. Maybe I'll do a video on it, I don't know. It seems like every few months, that's the thing with Ben. It's like, where's Ben Simmons? And then he comes back, and it's like, oh, here he is. Since playing for the Rockets, Kelly Olynyk is averaging 17, 8, and 3 on great shooting splits. The Celtics could probably use Kelly Olynyk again if he's going to be this. Anyway, that's the video.